Welcome back to Brant Life. My name's Dave Carroll. Great to have you here. This is your community portal to be able to talk about all sorts of different things. You get to meet all sorts of different people on Brant Life. And I just sit here back in my fake living room and just enjoy the ride. And speaking of enjoying the ride, that was a professional segue. Josh, did you hear that?
You're so good at what you do.
Smooth like butter, my friend.
Amazing.
The ride that you have been on in the last year, I mean, so we got to know each other, I don't know, maybe not much more than a couple of years ago,
about
I guess.
4 years.
And I think the first time we actually interacted was when we were doing Men in Heels, and got to see you out there, I mean, taking the rest of us to the woodshed, like in fundraising. And I went, who is this guy with the afro who is all of a sudden making such an impact in the community? Fast forward a couple years, and you're a city councillor today. You are Councillor Josh Wall here.
Councillor-elect.
Councillor-elect,
but very
Joshua
soon
Wall.
to be Councillor Wall. I got to tell you, and I've told you this privately, and I'm more than happy to tell you right here.
There are other people watching right now. Okay.
I've looked up to you for a long time, since I met you. You'll remember when I called you to do the cover of B-Scene with me in the Heels. And it's people like you, Brian, who was just on the show before you, Jamie Stevens, Lucas Dugood, Mark LaFerriere. There's some really, I don't want to forget anybody, there's some really incredible people who have just given me boatloads of advice over the last couple of years about being a better and more engaged community member. And I worked with Jason Fries for B-Scene. We helped launch that paper, and I started to interview and get to know the community, and I became an advocate for the arts, an advocate for the downtown core. Next thing you know, I'm on the BIA, the Downtown Business Improvement Area. Then I joined their board, then I become chair of their marketing committee. I meet my business partner, James Reinelt. We start Murky Productions. We start doing video for tourism and work with the city and start promoting all sorts of small businesses and nonprofits. And then I meet Ryan Campbell,
next thing you know,
for his crew, and we start hosting events and fundraisers, and now I'm here today after a successful campaign to be the youngest person on council. Wow. What's going on?
So we were just having a quick chat, and it's been, I guess, a weekish now by the time the show airs. What was it like the first couple of days? You were saying that you were inundated.
Disbelief. A sincere disbelief. Just a, wow, we did it. It wasn't just me. I have to thank my fiancée, Stephanie. She was my rock through all of this. She motivated me and encouraged me and didn't let me stop for a second. And Carson and Ryan, the team back at the office, a wonderful woman named Abigail, who's a student at Laurier, who sat me down when I started my campaign, and she poked holes in everything. This is way too broad. You're painting with too big of a brush. You need to be very specific. You need to have a platform. You need to have a website. You need to be, she was an incredible influence on me. And I literally had one meeting with that woman, and she probably helped me launch my whole platform in the way that it molded. The door knocking, by the end of it, I was in a groove. And I was telling people, I've been going around physically banging on the doors, kicking the hornet's nest, and bringing up some of the major concerns of the residents of Ward 5. And the platform that I had put together, which simply put is education for everyone. An educated and an informed public can change the world. Communication. We really need to work on talking with one another again, and our government, and the way the government talks to us and we talk to our government. Infrastructure, I think it's kind of goes without saying, there's some infrastructure repairs and upgrades that need to be done in Ward 5, and then the environment. And I found that when I was out banging on doors, kicking the hornet's nest, every concern that any resident might have had could easily fall into that platform in a way that we could. There's a lot of stuff. The Brownfield site, the Mohawk Brownfield site.
I've heard of them.
There's an amazing project happening there, and there were so many residents in Ward 5 who had no idea of what the amazing plans that they have in place there. And I was really happy. I simply contacted the city and said what was going on, and they said, we announced it forever ago. But it's amazing how much good is actually happening. Yes, and so, and that's an interesting point, because people that might be watching this that are astute watchers of things that are happening, they would go, yeah, of course, this is what's happening. But that doesn't translate into the everyday person sometimes. And one of the things I think
that you have a really wonderful ability to do is to be able to actually connect with everyday people. And it's one of the reasons why I was very happy to see you get on council, because even for me doing speaking and broadcasting, to be able to take ideas and make them something that actually clicks and go, oh yeah, this is what is happening, or this is how you do things, is a skill, and you've got a great skill at it. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that rolls out in council.
For my entire life, I have been given a hard time because I get excited over the littlest thing. Tell me something that is so mundane or so boring or so just not a big deal. And I'm like, that is the most amazing thing ever. And I start to tell everyone about it. Did you hear that this is happening? And they're like, who cares?
Yeah.
Why are you so excited that they painted that building? Or why are you so excited about this? And I have turned that into a professional career. If you've got something you want to share with the public, let me know, and I will excitedly tell everyone. And I feel, and I said this at the debate, I feel like that's the main responsibility of a councillor. The community has concerns, the community has things that they want to know, and the people who live in Ward 5 just want someone who's going to get excited about what they're saying and bring that to City Hall. And if all I've got to do is take the concerns of the people who live in Ward 5 and bring that to City Hall, and then take the results and what happens there and report back, I can do that. I can do that for the rest of my life. Talk for the rest of my life? Done.
You're not a hard person to interview. I'll just say, okay, I got like a minute.
Sorry.
Okay, no, I want to ask you, you said a bunch of different life things, and you said, and then before I knew it, and before I knew it, but not everyone acts on the, and then before I knew it, I'm going to say yes and take the next step. What makes you want to, you got like 30 seconds, but what made you go, yeah, I want to jump and do this city council?
Somebody told me a long time ago that when an opportunity presents itself, never say no. You can always change your mind, but always investigate it and always do it. Councilman Newman, an amazing councillor, a former mayor, and one of the most amazing community advocates for Brantford that the city's ever had, retired. And when someone like that steps down from an official position and there's an opening, you need someone who's going to fill that with all the same energy and enthusiasm that maybe he brought to the table. We had 11 people set up, and every one of them brought something unique and extraordinary to the table, and I respect and admire every single one of them. I'm blessed to be here today. I am thankful for it. I put my name out because I thought I could do something good.
Josh, you're a good man. I'm looking forward to seeing you around the council table. And get excited around that table. When it gets boring, I'll be looking for excitement.
I'll never let it get boring.
All right. Thanks, Josh. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
More great guests coming up right after this.